Hello everybody and welcome back to Stellaris, where we are currently working on getting the L cluster fully under control, which is very, very close at this point. We have all of our influence allocated for it, and all we need to do now is get it developed. Sure, we'll take some dividends here, that seems good. We are low on energy credits and minerals, so we definitely don't mind that. And I guess this person can join us, but they have to leave their body at the gate. That's the way this works. Okay, so the Marco Polo just canceled their orders, so we're going to disband this. They don't have anything left to do. The Rubicon 2 is down in Mazarth. Okay, so I think that we should probably make our way over to Terminal Egress first, with the idea being that we are going to build a gateway here. And that's going to be down by the L gate. Now, this is going to allow people that we don't necessarily want to use it very easily, because they're not going to be able to go through this gateway, or rather, they're not going to be able to be caught by a starbase here. I don't know if we'll have a... we probably will. We're at 23 of 24. Let's have a starbase here. Okay, so that looks good. We have an Astral Rift event pending. We're inside of an abandoned research facility. The surfaces in this room are coated in a thick layer of dust, indicating that it has not been in use for some time. We can detect no researchers, living or otherwise. Whoever the caretakers of this place might have been, they're long since gone. Heavy-duty shelves line the walls, each holding a large egg. Most of them are in various stages of decay, but a few living specimens remain. At the center of this chamber rests an open container filled with a pale viscous liquid. An analysis of the fluid reveals that it contains high amounts of proteins and amino acids. Judging by the residue left on some of the eggs, we speculate that this fluid was being injected by the researchers. Okay, we can definitely search for the caretakers. We'll see if we find any. We're probably not going to find any. And we're seeing all of these science ships leaving. That is, of course, excellent. So all of these, with the exception of the potentially habitable worlds in Nikor, are currently being worked on. Now, Terminal Egress, did these finish? They did. So we need to actually... Okay, we have these colonizing. Right. Okay, that looks good. We're going to continue to work on that, of course. The Zelvan Empire just insulted us. Okay. That's interesting. They're a vassal under the Dabax Hive, which is a member of our federation. So, okay. If that's what they want to do, I guess it's fine. So the Rhine is currently idle in Salieto, and this is done here, so that looks fine. We can move on and have it make its way up to, say, the LR9 Singularity. So we'll move on in over here, with the goal being eventually that we're going to build a Habitat Central Complex here, but we don't have the influence for that for now, so that's understood. Shared knowledge? Okay, our research into technologies is furthered. So the Rubicon 2 is idling in Terminal Egress right now, and I do want to get going on a... Where are we? There's one in here somewhere. Gateway site. Okay. That's going to be a next month thing, looks like. We need some influence for that. That's okay. We'll get there soon enough. The Africa 3 just finished in Nikor. That is understood. While we're waiting, we should probably be getting these terraforming over to a continental world. So we're going to need more energy credits for sure. Let's sell a bunch of consumer goods, and then this will go to a continental world, and then this one will go to a continental world as well. That looks good for now, and we are back over here. We're just waiting for that influence. Beautiful. We need 8 influence, and we're getting 18. Now, we have 3 construction ships currently idled. That's noted. So we're going to put in a gateway
Research
here.
concluded.
Looks good. The Africa 3 is, of course, up in Nikor right now, and we don't really have enough influence to run this number of construction ships. I'm going to disband it. The Rhine is going to be idled in the LR9 Singularity. I'm actually going to disband that as well for the time being. And we'll go down to this quantity of civilian ships. So 8 total, including a science ship. So 7 construction ships. That should be reasonable. We finished up high-density musicians. Musicians? Okay, we've got some very high-density musicians indeed. I'm not sure if that is referring to their corpus, or if that is referring to the corpus of their work. We'll just leave that one ambivalent for now. Or rather, I should say ambiguous for now. We could definitely grab a nanite transmuter. I think that's not a bad thing. Excellent. And we do have a number of construction ships still working out over here. So that's all looking great. Do we have any jobs, or rather unemployment, that we need to get dealt with? I don't think so. Although this mining station could certainly use an upgrade. There we go. Habitat central control, no problem. Yeah, we don't really have any unemployment at this moment, and that is quite expected, to be honest. So that's good. An orbital has been constructed up over here, and that means that the Shenandoah is getting really close to being done. That's great. We're very, very pleased about that, of course. And out over this way, we know that these systems are all completed. These systems should be, I believe, as well. This construction ship is still constructionating out here, but all of the rest of this should be good. And it appears to be. So that is excellent. We've got this area here. We can colonize this if we really wanted to. However, a lot of terraforming is finishing up. So let's immediately send some founder species only out over here. So this is going to be 2, 3. Interesting. There's tile blockers on a terraformed world. Okay. That's fine. Not necessarily expected, but we'll handle that. And then this one would need to be colonized as number 4. There we go. And finally, number 5. Excellent. Now, I want to check in on our species situation. This is fine. No issue there. Wonderful. There's another world finishing. We'll colonize this one as well. And that is, of course, going to be post-Carpetanians. Excellent. And here comes another one. Once again, all of these get colonized. Excellent. And that's all additional influence in our future. But, it'll do for now. So a number of those worlds have been finished, and we still have another, 6 to do. That's okay. That is absolutely fine. We're just heading forward at a, at a maximum clip. This is as quick as it'll go, unfortunately. Late game Stellaris does tend to bog down somewhat, but that is fine. We finished up another one of these worlds. Excellent. And off we go. Pirates in terminal egress. That is very rude.
Sustaining damage.
To be honest, our allies have that under control. Yeah, we don't need to do anything here, so that sounds great. They are so short-ranged. Wow. Okay. Well, the pirates are dealt with. That's not shocking. What's shocking is that pirates spawned there to begin with. I'm surprised by that one, to be sure. So we're at minus 23 rare crystals. We're also going to run out of minerals and energy credits here very soon. Let's sell off some food. Let's sell off some zero. That'll get us some energy credits, and then I'm going to buy in a few minerals as well. So we'll do something like this. That'll be fine. Now, we could, in theory, go up to a 14th fleet. I don't think we have a reason to do this, to be honest.
Research concluded.
No, I don't think we have a reason to do that. Energy credits from jobs is very, very good for us. No doubt about that. And what is cheapest here? I guess shield hit points would work. It's not exactly cheapest, but it's ballpark. So that seems good. Nanite transmuters are going to be done in 2 months, and that is excellent as well. So we might go positive in energy credits on this next month tick due to that 5% boost. I'm not certain. Maybe. Yeah, we should. I think we should. So that would be a good thing. And then we'll need to go positive on minerals, of course. Well, we have a lot of jobs to fill still, so that is being worked on. Unity is definitely a thing that we can work on as well. I wouldn't mind working on Unity. So that is certainly a thing that we can work towards. We're also going to need to get rare crystals. And what do we need for all of that? Unemployment. We need people who are put to work. Oh, wow, that was only 100 that we got from that. I guess we're getting a lot of our current energy credits from trade. So I guess that makes sense. In that case, let's take a look at our trade routes and see if we have any issues with them. Biruda, huh? So Rastaban has a whole lot of piracy. Okay. Fair enough. There's not a lot that we can do about it, though. Other than park a fleet there. This is not our territory. They're going here because they're trying to travel through the L Gate. What this means, of course, is that we should route it through the gateway in Matsonia instead. So, let's take a quick look at what we've got going on here. So, in Biruda, yeah, I would rather that this hub, instead of going this direction, that it connects in up here. So, I need to try to remember how to do this. I believe we route it by going like... We select it like this, and then we try to reroute it over to Seoul. Actually, what if we were to route it up to Terminal Egress? No, that doesn't have a connection. Okay. We could route it instead to... We can't route it this way. We could route it... This is very awkward. Yeah. Very awkward indeed. I think our best bet, to be honest, is to have this ship come down here and build a gateway here. I think that's our best bet. There isn't a good way to route this otherwise. So we'll do that for now. That will not be a super short-term thing, but it'll have to do for now. So that's fine for the moment, and we are definitely working on getting additional constructions done. Our influence is still hovering fairly low, and that's understood.
Research concluded.
Nanite transmuter finishing. Wonderful. Next up, we're probably going to keep working on, like, defense platform hull points. Not like we're really using defense platforms, but this is fine. This is relatively fine. Ah, an Astral Rift event. We found the caretakers of this place. More accurately, we found what remains of them. A nearby room is littered with corpses. Their limbs have been cleanly separated at the atomic level by some unknown force. Some of the carcasses are half-fused inside of the walls. A clutch of mostly dissected eggs is present on a central examining table. One of remains intact. One of what? Presumably the eggs, but that sentence does not say. One of remains intact. Excellent. Taking the caretaker's remains back for a proper study should provide some insight into what happened here. We should not open an egg. They were dissecting eggs, and then this unknown force, presumably something, protected its eggs. We're going to return with the remains. That is almost certainly something protecting its eggs, and we're not really in a good situation to be able to, you know, fight off something that can do that. Like, as in, our expedition is not in a good position to fight off a force that can cleanly separate limbs at the atomic level and half-fuse them inside the walls. We're probably not a match for that on the ground. So, let's just see what we can do. Excellent. Ooh, 7 entries here. Okay, let's take a look through here because we've got some work to do. No doubt about that. So, where are these? I guess these are just the new colonizations. Okay. Well, that's not ideal. There aren't actually entries there.
Construction project concluded.
Well, we did finish up the Terminal Egress starbase, and we're going to continue to boost this up. This is going to be very much a stronghold station. So we're going to bring this up to the maximum here. And ancient ramparts, huh? I'm wondering if building ancient... We can build more than one ancient rampart, right? Would building 2 defense platforms and boosting all of our existing defense platforms be better than putting in something like a gun battery, torpedo battery, like something like that? Maybe. I'm not sure. But we should probably put a defense grid supercomputer in here for sure. This world has been terraformed, and let's get that colonized. Fantastic. Same with this one. Let's get that done. Cool. So all we're waiting on now, as far as terraformation goes, is these 3 worlds. And they will be done in just a few days. That is not bad at all. So the Volga has finished up in Seabooks, and that is absolutely fine. We should come colonize this as well. Founder species only. Yes, that looks good. And then we should start building orbitals around all of these areas. So first off would be a major orbital here. This would be a minor. And then, is there anything out over this side? No, there is not. Okay, so this would be a major. We'd put a minor here. Actually, this would be another major. And then this would be a major. There's not that much in this system, so this will be kind of a mediocre location, but that is understood. Okay. So our population growth is happening, but it's mostly happening right now on places that have open jobs. We have a lot of open jobs. No doubt about that. So that is a thing that is occurring. Cool. We've cut into our deficit of energy credits a fair amount, and our mineral deficit is still existing. I would like to work on both of those, but we need jobs available for that. We could repurpose people specifically into those jobs, but I'm not sure that I want to do that
Initial
right
colonization phase commencing.
We have so many available jobs on these worlds. So many. We can scale this economy up so much more. Who needs galactic conquest when we can just build tall?
Initial colonization phase commencing.
Wonderful. How are things going in here? Okay, we're still keeping ahead of the Crush Collective at a decent rate.
Initial
so I'm
colonization
reasonably
phase
okay
commencing.
with that. Everything looks fine for the moment. So, we are building our orbital ring in Savasic, and then we're going to, as soon as that's finished, we're going to go start building our Habitat Central Complex. That's going to take
Initial
some time.
colonization phase commencing.
Did we over-shrink our number of construction ships? I think we might have. How are we doing here? 8, 3,
Initial
45
colonization
here.
phase
Okay.
commencing.
I think we did. I want one more construction ship. So let's go grab one. Only the one. No more than that. And we'll see how that feels as far as utilizing efficiently our influence, because I don't think we're using quite enough influence right now. So that'll be fine. Excellent. There's another world terraformed. We're going to colonize this, of course. And there we go, Nikor Prime. We've got these other 2 ready to go. We'll colonize both of those as well. All of these are going to be named Nikor Prime, and it is not going to be awkward at all. Excellent.
Initial
Definitely not
colonization
awkward.
phase commencing.
No doubt about that. So the Africa 4 has finished up, and I want to bring that for now over to Ambesia, I think. Actually, no. Let's hold off on that. I want to come over to the LR9 Singularity first. So that is what we're going to do. We have finished up in Delta Refuge, correct? Correct. This is intended to be an anchorage. It's still working on that.
Initial
So
colonization
we
phase
should definitely
commencing.
build additional anchorages here, like so. And then here, we could build simply a hydroponics bay. That seems fine. That can keep going for a while. Why are we looking down here? That's exciting. Okay. Cool. And the Africa 4 is currently idling in the LR9 Singularity. So this is going to be an exceptionally poor location to build a Habitat Central Complex, but we're going to do it here regardless. Let's get that done. I don't know if that went due to the autosave. It did not. Okay, let's get that done. Fantastic. So that is underway. And yeah, we're terraforming this to an arid world, but that's a ways out. Now, we're going to run out of minerals in a year at the current rate. That is understood. I'm not too concerned about it. We need to have more jobs, right? So that is understood. I thought I saw an unemployment here. We do have a couple of notifications here, but this might just be starting colonizations. That's probably what's going on here with these notifications, if I had to guess. So that's fine for now. How are we doing on our truces? So the Mechbucks Protectors, the truce is going to be for another 7 years. Okay, and then these guys down here, the continuance, we're not truced with them at all. We just lack the influence to get this all completed. Noted. So that seems fine. And yeah, we just have a ways to go on getting the L cluster all set up here. We need to get the LR9 Singularity done, we need to get Seapooks done, and we're building in Savasic as well. So both of these are going to be or rather all three of these. Well, both of these are going to be ongoing for a while. The LR9 Singularity, maybe a bit less so. Maybe a bit less so. So I do want to come up to terminal egress here. How long until we have this L gate done? Or not the L gate, until we have this gateway site done. We're at 62%. Okay, that seems relatively fine. Cool. So everything is proceeding reasonably well here. Our term as a custodianship is over. And that, of course, means that we're going to be gaining less influence, which isn't ideal. We're going to be going down to, I think, 13 influence instead of 18. We got what we could out of it. We got a lot of influence out of being the Galactic Custodian, but that is going to go down now. So our influence gains are going to drop by a fairly significant margin, unfortunately. There's not a lot that we can do about it. We could see about becoming the Custodian again eventually, but I think there needs to be... a crisis for that. And there isn't at this moment. So it just is what it is. It's fine. Out of curiosity, if we go into our government here, policies and edicts, we are doing research subsidies. Okay, that's noted. We could do scientific revolution as well. We'd really need to build up our unity if we wanted to do that. We would run out of influence, or rather, of unity reasonably quickly doing it that way. But I kind of want to do that, because that's how we're going to maintain control of our Federation long term. So that's definitely something to think about. Okay, we've got more colonization ongoing here. That's all understood. And we're definitely progressing. But yeah, 13 influence per month down from 18. It's not ideal under any means, but it's what we've got. There wasn't really a good way around that.
Commencing.
So we just take what we can. Excellent. So we're currently working on our Habitat Central Complex here, major orbitals here, and Habitat Central Complex here. So that's going to take a little while yet. No doubt about it.
Initial colonization phase commencing.
What can we colonize? We can colonize out over here. We know that there's a few, like, shardlings out here, and that's not very scary. We could definitely colonize both of these. And then beyond that, there's this out over here, an automated dreadnought. We could definitely take that. What else is uncolonized at this moment? Is that it? I think that might be it, taking a look around here. Yeah, pretty sure it is. So that's fine. We are, of course, currently having the Goddard work on this this here, and we would want to be able to survey these. So we would definitely want to have a construction ship available, and we want to have a science ship available before we would end up taking any of these three systems. But those are planned to be taken at this point, I think. So that sounds good. We've got a lot of work to do in the L cluster, but we'll be getting there soon. And that is absolutely wonderful. We have a bunch of colony ships, of course, heading out to Nikor. And we're just waiting on these to all finish their colonization, which will happen fairly soon. But that will take a little bit of time. So that all looks fine. We don't have any unemployment at this moment. I have to assume that over the course of this episode, we have indeed had pop growth. However, that pop growth has likely been in locations that have available jobs, which is a lot of locations. So, fair enough. We can get this fortress upgraded, I guess. There's not really a reason to, but sure. So we're at minus 3,000 unity, and that's definitely a problem. The LR9 Singularity Gateway is now done, so that's good. That will allow us to connect to our L gate much more easily. Sounds great. And then over here in Terminal Egress, we're working on upgrading this. That'll take a while. Do we need to replenish any ships? No, we don't. Okay, beautiful. So that seems absolutely fine. We've got a bunch more construction ongoing here. We should be seeing some of these finishing up fairly soon, and that will be good. It is about time to put a cut in here, though, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode, we're going to continue to work on our construction and try to bring our economy a little bit more positive here. That definitely needs to happen, particularly in the minerals, energy credits. The Unity is a pretty big one. Volatile motes and rare crystals. Okay, that is certainly noted. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Atala, Ali Lee, Dark Horse, Xenocyte, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, The Lounge SPL, Kentogan, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.